All right, so UFC 294 happened yesterday. So many things happened. This was one of the most highly anticipated cards of the year. Now, in the aftermath, in hindsight, now looking at it, it was not the best card of the year. Definitely, after everything happened, looking back at it, letting everything marinate for 24 hours. It wasn't the best card. So many things happened. So many odd things happened. So I'm going to make a couple of videos. I'm going to make 2 to 3 videos about this. I can't put everything in one video. Nobody's going to watch that. It will be like a 15-20 minute video. So let's start off with the early prelims and the preliminary card. Let's say that's going to be one video. So first fight was Shara Magomedov, the one-eyed Dagestani, versus Bruno Silva. So Shara Magomedov, as I said in my last video, check it out, guys. By the way, thank you so much for watching. I had no idea. In only 24 hours is going to get 1,000 views. That's very odd for my channel. Not usual, let's put it that way. But yeah, I really appreciate it. So, Shara, as I said, I was correct. I didn't really predict if he's going to win or not, but I guessed he was going to win. But I did predict that he's going to have a tough time. Bruno Silva is a tough opponent. He's not the best fighter out there, but he's got 20. He had a 23-9. Now he's 23-10 score in the UFC. He's fought a lot of guys. He fought, out of many guys, Alex Pereira. So, he fought many killers. He has a lot of experience. And in this fight, yes, sure. Shara Magomedov showed brutal kickboxing, brutal kicking from anywhere, from like literally he jumped off the ground and he kicked the guy, It was amazing. Really a good display. Snappy, really strong kicks. Incredible. However, as Dana White even said in the post-press conference, the guy has no takedown defense. How do you come from Dagestan and you don't have takedown defense? That's weird, right? But he's definitely going to work on that. That's why I said he was overrated. If he does not improve that tremendously. I never seen grappling in any of the highlights. And like as I said, he didn't dominate as much in the low-tier competition. If he does not improve those things, he's going to get killed by the next guy. Maybe Bruno Silva was not that guy. But honestly, Bruno Silva could have won if he played it a little smarter. Bruno Silva took him down like a child. Whenever he wanted to take him down, he took him down, for the most part, right? Sure, he kicked the heck out of him and he won the fight. But yeah, he did have a lot of control time. He could not get up easily. He struggled to get up versus Bruno Silva, who's not even known as a grappler. So yeah, very overrated guy. It was a good, fun fight. It was incredible display of his kicking. But he didn't even show many punches, to be fair. So yeah, he's got a lot to work on. I don't think he's like the next big thing like Khamzat Chimaev. So yeah, that fight happened. All right, so next fight happened. It was the only female fight of the night. It was Victoria Dudakova versus Jin Yufrey. So Dudakova, it was one of the most boring fights of the night. It is what it is. But then the most important thing that happened was in the post-press conference, Victoria Dudakova went out and exposed herself. I don't know why. Why would you do that? So she apparently lied to the UFC and the doctors. She was hiding a staph infection. She says, my ass is bloodied and I got a staph infection in the parts that the world doesn't need to know. Like, literally, you can imagine where she has it. So, what the heck? Why would you fight? And okay, now that you fought with it and you won, by the way, she was a big favorite, but she barely won. So she said she struggled. That's why she struggled. She had a staph infection. So she literally went ahead and contaminated, put her opponent at risk, put everybody who fought in that cage at risk. I hope nobody gets a staph infection, but there's definitely a chance her blood was spilled. I don't know if they cleaned it after that conference. As it was happening, people were fighting as she was talking about that. So yeah, she literally incriminated herself. Insane. So that's super weird. Now, along the lines, I also heard that Mike Breeden also said something why he missed weight, that he also had a staph infection. So crazy. I think anywhere else other than Abu Dhabi, they would have just, I don't think they would let her fight. Like I said, maybe she lied about it. Probably lied. I don't think they would let her. But yeah, I don't know if she's going to have any sanctions, but that's just weird. We heard it during the fights that happened. I read it on Twitter. Crazy. So now, next fight, Nathaniel Wood versus Muhammad Naimov. That was one of the best fights of the night, of the entire card. Very competitive, highly competitive, very close. Went to decision, and Naimov took the fight. He won, but it was pretty close. Yeah, Wood gave him a pretty good chance. Pretty good fight, but Neymar was better at the end of the day. He took the decision. It was very competitive. Then, unfortunately, I was rooting for our guy. I have a lot of followers now from India. Everybody was commenting, looking forward to this fight. We were looking forward to India rising up on the MMA map of the world. And we thought that Anshul Jubli is the guy. I mean, he still might be the guy. He was winning the first 2 rounds. And unfortunately, the 3rd round, Mike Breeden took it to him, man. He just like, I feel like in the end of the 2nd round, he started beating him up on the feet. He started taunting him. He just like, he didn't even show that much better skill. He was just a dog, you know? He's like, hey, you know, come on. Fight me, fight me, fight me. And I think Jubli's cardio was the demise of him ultimately. He just froze in the 3rd round, completely froze, and let Mike Breeden do whatever he wants with him on the feet. He was striking him with everything he had and ultimately knocked him out. Just a minute or 2 minutes before the round ended. He would have won by decision if he lasted, but yeah, he didn't deserve that. In the end, he froze. Unfortunately, he lost. And we'll see. I mean, he has a lot to learn from this. He has a chance to learn. We'll see if he learns. To his credit, he did take the fight where Breeden was over the limit, 3 pounds over the limit. He was a heavy opponent. He still took the fight. He was at a disadvantage, weight disadvantage. But yeah, still, I think he can do much better. I think he has potential. He's got to make some tweaks, and I hope he does better in the next fight. Well, Mike Breeden, by the way, his back was against the wall too. You know, he was losing 2 rounds. He had 1 last round, probably in the UFC. If he didn't take this, even now, he wouldn't get a bonus for this performance because he missed weight. So he had to win this. And he just, you know, took it out on Jubli. It is what it is. So that was the early prelims. That's how it ended. It didn't start as I wanted to, but it is what it is. Then what happened was in the prelims, we had some better fights overall. Cedric Dumas took the win. Not much to say there. Victor Henry. Holy moly. This is where doctor stoppages happened. So this is the first doctor stoppage that happened. So the doctor told this guy, by the way, it was a groin kick. Excruciating pain. He was rolling over the octagon, Victor Henry, and, you know, just making it known that he got kicked in the balls and it hurts damn bad, right? Doctor didn't believe him. Doctor said, you know what? Doctor bent down and told him, like, bro, you didn't get hit in the balls. Victor Henry was in disbelief. Like, they took him out, man. They filed a no contest. Luckily, it's a disqualifier, so it's a no contest, not a disqualifier for Javid Basharat, but it was a no contest. Then I heard that he vomited in the backstage. They took him to the hospital, and I don't know if it's coach or manager. He said that they're going to do an ultrasound, but his balls were a balloon. As Conor McGregor, remember what he said, my leg was a balloon. His balls were a balloon. So serious crap. I hope he's not seriously injured. Really weird, really unfortunate. I mean, on the replay, it didn't seem like it. Maybe he grazed it, but even with a graze, if it was a very powerful kick, it can cause damage. And I think this guy's not lying. Obviously, he went to the doctor, so there's no lie. This guy got seriously injured. So hopefully, we'll see what the aftermath is. If ultimately, I hope he's fine and he's not going to have any serious injuries. Then we had Muhammad Yahya versus Trevor Peek. That was a really good fight. It went to decision. A lot of the times I thought Trevor Peek was going to win this. You know, he had multiple chances, but he won it ultimately on decision. And then the feature prelim was Tim Elliott versus Muhammad Mokaev. So it was a really good grappling display. There was moments where Tim Elliott almost won. If it was anybody else, I think Tim Elliott would have won. But Mokaev did some incredible switches in those positions. He came back. He dominated. He looked like a much bigger guy, to be honest, for a flyweight. He looked like he was way, way bigger than him. But yeah, he manages to cut weight, so it's all fair. And Israel Adesanya said, this is a young guy, and I can see him being a champion in the next 5 years. I agree with that statement. I think Muhammad Mokaev definitely has that potential. He has a lot of skill. He's physically strong. He's big for that division. And if he manages to maintain that weight cutting and going healthy into the fights, all power to him. I can definitely see him as a champion down the line. So yeah, let me know what you guys think about the early prelims, the prelim fights. I'm going to talk about the main fights in the next video or two. My voice is going out. I'm still recovering. Sorry about that. Try my best. But yeah, it was exciting, but also very weird. A lot of doctor stoppages. I'll talk more about the main event. It gets weirder from here. But yeah, and the staph infection. I really hope that nobody gets more staph infections. Then, oh, by the way, Paulo Costa. I'm going to mention Paulo Costa in this video too. So he managed to get in a fight with the audience. There was supposedly was a fan, but I think it was actually another fighter, not the professional fighter, but he was like maybe in Chimaev's camp or somebody, some Chechen. He got into it, Paulo Costa. He climbed over the fence. He wanted to punch Paulo Costa, but actually Paulo Costa, I think, got the better of him. He punched him one with the injured hand when he had the staph infection. Speaking of the staph infection, so yeah, that happened too. But the UFC security broke it off. Nobody got injured, so that's good news. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. My voice is gone. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to Octa Cage MMA, and I'll see you in the next one.